Welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore and our review of the 2023 AFL Grand Final. While you're watching this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Also comment down below. As always, we would love to hear your thoughts on our thoughts. And you may have also noticed we've had a thanks button under the videos. So if you'd like to continue to support our channel, we would really appreciate it. And don't think we go into hibernation during the off-season either. There are a bucket load of videos coming, including some juicy interviews. And this grand final was one for the ages. It had every aspect of the game. 11 goals in a tight second quarter. The ball movement was slick. The skill level was of the highest standard, and all that in front of 100,000 people. The finish was huge. We didn't know what chapter would be etched into history until the very end. A game that saw 10 lead changes and an opposition that refused to yield or wilt right down to the very last minute. It was incredible.
You blokes. 3 months. More than 3 months, I think.
Yeah, we've been waiting for this.
You know I'm getting it, don't you?
Yeah, I've ignored it.
How many episodes do you all want to go back? How many episodes, as soon as we talk about the Collingwood game, present to you the 2023 premiers?
Caught it, and we're calling it flag pies from a long way out.
I'm waiting.
No, well done.
Yeah,
Good
well
call.
done.
Good call.
You were spot on.
There's a lot of
caught it from a
contenders.
long way out. It was like the
you
Melbourne
did.
Cup field, and he caught it from
Mate,
Flemington Straight.
from the back of
mate,
the back
I
straight.
called Farlap's 1932 winning
From
1924,
the back
mate.
straight.
Kiwi was last.
I called him
86.
Down the outside, Mr. Jazz finishing strongly now, followed then by Triumphal March. They've got 250 metres left to go. Mr. Jazz and Noble Comment race up and grab Kiamare. Mr. Jazz on the outside, Noble Comment and Kiamare settle down to a ding-dong struggle. Noble Comment about a neck in front. Mr. Jazz on the outside and Kiwis flying might beat them all. Kiwis come from last in a phenomenal performance.
I called him in 1924.
You've done well. You've done very well.
And you're wearing the Collingwood colours I see today?
We are too. You've got black on.
No, I've got. You can't see me because I've got camouflage on. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, very clever. But
like
anyway, I just thought I'd bring
well
that
done.
up.
Well
Lovely.
done.
Good get.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's get started. Saturday, MCG, 2:30. The grand final saw Collingwood 12-18-90 defeat Brisbane 13-8-86, winning their 16th premiership and joining Essendon and Carlton on Sweet 16.
Massive.
Vito, your thoughts on the grand final? Was it one of your best that you've seen?
Oh, one of the best, no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Hawthorn Geelong still 89, mate. That Ablett took the game into his own hands. It's such a high-scoring game. It was similar weather, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe not as hot, but that grand final, mate, every time someone talks about what's the best grand final, for me, that comes in. But let me tell you, mate, there's not much in it.
This is definitely second, isn't
Incredible.
The
Yeah,
only,
yeah.
The only reason
Andrew?
why I put this first is
Yeah.
because that grand final, they were always chasing Geelong.
Yeah, that's true.
Great grand final. Like, I could watch it 100 times over. But, like, this one, as we said in the intro, we didn't know he was going to win up to the last 2 minutes.
That's fair.
true.
Yeah,
like,
that's
we had
fair point.
no idea he was going to, like, you just we said about 20 times, I think Brisbane's in front.
Yeah,
I think Collingwood's got it. I think Brisbane's got it. They've got the run on there. They kept changing and changing.
Well, 10 league changes.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's incredible.
But
Look,
even momentum
Yeah.
change was like, you couldn't pick it. That's
so when I say it was just
yeah,
Like,
inch and
just
a-
89
I think it was
just.
for me, it was the best I've ever seen.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Only for that
not by a
reason.
mile, though.
No,
but
the best.
It's in front now for
Because
me.
it was not high scoring, but it was good scoring. First half was great.
Yeah, I liked the first half, and then I liked
great.
the
Oh,
top
look,
of
and the
second
skill
half.
level, we'll talk about it. The skill level was unbelievable for
Yeah.
the heat, the wind.
Yeah.
They were hitting targets. Like, there's unbelievable
Pretty
goals.
good.
There was
pretty
big
good.
moments, and there was individual moments of
Brilliance.
players where,
Yep.
No doubt.
you know, they were built for the moment. It was just tremendous.
It was really
just
good.
tremendous.
It was
But
really
before
good.
we go into it, let's talk about how it all started with Kiss opening up their
I was-
19-minute set for 3 songs.
I was there 3 songs. I was saying, and they were the most 3 obvious songs I was going to play. But at the start, Cindy started singing. I thought, oh dear, they brought it down 4 notches, that song. Fair point. He said he's 70
They're
years
in the
old.
70s, right?
I know.
So as the song went on, got better, and I thought the last 2 songs they were a lot better. But I heard him on the Footy Show this morning saying how they were like impressed by them.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
they like same thing, shaky start, but got
Yep.
better. Oh, I thought they were really good. I thought they were entertaining.
I thought they were great. Like, as a spectacle.
yeah,
So we sort of had, not an argument, we're talking about, like, I was saying how the entertainment's not for the people at the grounds; it's more for everyone.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 million
Yep.
people watching, and worldwide, right? Don't worry about the 100,000. Like, they're there for the game
that's a fair
entertainment.
point.
But for everyone else watching at home and around the world, that's a good spectacle to have. You
So
know,
it's still better pre-game or half-time?
I think
pre-game's good.
pre-game's good, but half-time's got to get better.
Before you go to half-time, pre-game's probably good because even the 100,000 are,
Up and about.
Could you imagine having Kiss playing at half-time when it was a kick the difference?
Yeah, nah.
It
No one's interested.
Everyone was on edge. Everyone
Yeah.
wanted the next
Look,
quarter to
Right,
start.
that's
you,
right.
So-
you know, going on the footy over the years, like you go get something to eat.
Yeah,
you
half-time's
you go
not-
for a walk, you stand up. You're not really interested. You just want second half to get going again before the game's
So
fine.
talk to me about half-time, Mark Seymour.
You got me to waste a minute on that? Or
Yeah, I
30
do.
seconds? That was quite possibly, rephrase it, that was the worst halftime entertainment I've ever seen in any sport in history.
What did I say? I said
That was horrendous.
Australian acts are always safe.
Yeah, they play
Why
safe.
they just play quiet and slow and whatever?
Play your own
Acoustic.
song.
No, not just that.
Well,
no, it
what's
was his
your
own
own
song.
song?
It was his own song.
But he butchered his own song.
Yeah, it was
That's what I'm
because
saying.
they tried to
play
do
your
something
own
so
song the
unique.
way it was sung.
Yeah.
Don't reinvent the
Like
wheel on your own
acoustic
song.
and mellowed out, and I'm like,
it's hopeless. It's hopeless.
I reckon Throw Your Arms was probably not the right song to play on grand
Probably
final
not.
day.
nah.
But you know, it's not the right thing to do. AFL. Surely they've got more than 3 contacts in their phone. Mike Brady every year.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Mark Seymour every year. What do you do there? Like, do you work? You got 52 weeks to put this together, and you come up with Mark Seymour and Mike Brady.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
That's, but again, I'm just talking about what I heard in the footy shows this morning. They were saying Mike Brady has to play every year. Has
Every
to.
year I heard that.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
did.
serious? I'm thinking, are you Blake serious?
Why?
Hey, why?
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't.
He-
they
like-
pushed him out for a few years and he had to play from
Yeah.
the outside of the stadium.
Really? I don't remember that.
And then they brought him back.
Brought him back.
Felt sorry for him.
There's no need. There's no need to have him. But anyway, I just reckon the AFL need to. Kiss were good, and funnily enough, they were
Well, hang
second
on,
choice.
I'm Mike Brady. I know, but I'm Mike Brady. He does pretty well considering he's got 6 kids to look after.
Has he?
Mike Brady.
3 of his own.
Yeah, 3 of his own and 3.
Jesus.
And Carol's at home looking after him while he's playing songs.
Yeah, he's done well. He's done well. But oh,
Big
geez,
bunch.
You lost my. You made me lose my train of thought. I was going to say,
They were second choice Kiss.
yeah, they were second. Like Crowd the
Well,
House were
yeah,
first, right?
No,
they would
Crowd
have
the
been
House would have been-
hopeless.
That would have been right at half time.
Yeah, half time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's
not,
true.
Not the start of a grand. What are you doing?
How much would have the AFL paid Kiss for 19 minutes?
Oh, probably $500,000.
Oh, for sure.
That's okay. It's
Ha-
in the
half a
budget.
mil, yeah.
But they'll
That's
pay.
all right.
They'll pay anyone $500,000.
My next question is-
So hang on. 3 people you need to ban AFL: Mark Seymour,
Mike Brady.
Mike Brady, and Paul Kelly. Never
Oh.
to be seen again. We can do better.
Question to both of you. Do you think Kiss would have sat back and watched the game or they've gone back to their hotel rooms?
Probably
and-
would have watched it.
I thought they would have maybe sat
It's a
around.
real
pretty-
useless question.
They're
because
pretty.
there's a lot more
They're
coming,
pretty. You know, they're interested in what they're.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're involved, they're sort
Yeah,
of interested.
yep.
Which is good. You know, you don't want. I mean, it doesn't matter whether they watch it or not. But I reckon they would
No.
have watched
Would
it.
they have sat there for 4 quarters?
Oh, who knows? I don't know.
What the hell's going on?
We'll have to
here,
ask
I
him. If
thought.
he's want to come on for an interview, we're happy to interview you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Let's get into the footy. So, first of all, I thought Collingwood running out on the ground, the looks on their eyes.
Oh, they were happy.
Looked like they were enjoying
Yeah,
the
Darcy
moment.
Moore at the
They were
front.
so happy, weren't they? And yeah, Brisbane had that cold look, that
Yeah.
cold.
It's always
they meant business, Brisbane.
Yeah, they did.
But
so-
it's always a bit of a tell. Like if you're relaxed, you're going to play. But like,
I reckon.
why make it
I agree.
different? Like why make it
That's my
like
point.
tense
Yeah.
up and then
Yep.
you know, like Collingwood kicked the first 2, didn't they?
Yeah.
But anyway,
First
before
2?
that, I was just going to say one thing. AFL. Oh, geez, I bag them a lot this year, haven't I?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they've earned it, right? Get rid of the goddamn bounce.
Everyone's saying that
Please,
now.
but I've been saying
I'm
it all
glad
year.
you brought it up right now. It's
Okay,
perfect.
Seriously,
It's gone. It's
Ray
done.
Chamberlain.
Oh, is it?
No, I think it's gone. It's
Ray
done.
Chamberlain didn't umpire a final because they said he couldn't
Yep.
bounce the
That's
ball.
horrendous.
And then the first bounce goes backwards.
Yeah. There was
Like-
4 of them yesterday.
Yeah, they're all
Right.
bad.
Okay.
So 4 bounces times 4
equals
seconds
to-
is 16 seconds.
so you
Brisbane
know-
could have used that as 16
So
seconds.
Correct.
I've never seen anyone
correct.
go. I've never seen anyone or heard anyone say, "Geez, why are they throwing it up?" Like around
Yeah.
the ground, right? It's even. It's fair.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always fair. Make it fair. And then you have these muppets. You know, the older ones going, "Oh, that's
no,
part
tradition,
of the game."
tradition.
Okay. So when someone loses the grand final because 4 points, anything could have happened, right? Skew bounce. If you let it go. Yeah, you don't want to win a grand final.
you don't.
by
No,
luck.
well, that's not right.
We're trying to. We're doing the goal line technology. We're trying to get everything right. because it's meant to be professional.
Really?
We're trying to get everything
know.
right, and we're not. But anyway, it's just I had to put that in.
No, I agree. I agree.
It was frustrating.
Totally. Records. A couple of records fell.
Yep.
1968 was the last time and the only time the premiership team had kicked
Less
less
goals.
goals than the runners-up.
It's incredible, isn't
So
it?
Carlton that day kicked 7-14-56. Essendon kicked
8-5-53.
8-5-53.
You think
Second
of that,
time ever.
You think of that more often, wouldn't you? Like
I know.
I looked back, there was 7 grand finals that had the same goals.
same goals and more behinds there.
Same goals at
Yeah.
each team.
Yeah.
But there was an interesting stat that didn't happen, but you could in the broadcast they kept mentioning it. Coming up to half time, it said it would have been the first time since 1909 that scores were level at half time.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
did hear
did
that.
And then again at 3/4 time. Obviously, it
Yeah.
happened in 218.
Yep.
Oh,
218
yeah.
was the first
Yeah.
time in 80 years that scores were level at 3/4 time.
And it's funny you mentioned the commentary because Brian Taylor said there was 1,024 people there.
Yeah, 1,024. Gee, that's low crowd for a
Oh,
grand
I
final.
don't, what's his obsession?
24.
That's what he said.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
he
about
said
the
that
commentary because I thought it was ordinary.
It's always
Very ordinary.
When Brian Taylor's involved, it's always ordinary.
Oh, I thought...
He said this one comment, and I'll point it out to you, and you go, "What's he?" He said, "Darcy Gardner's keeping what's his name out of the team?
Jack Payne.
Jack Payne. No, he's not. He's actually not keeping him. He's injured.
Injured,
He's
mate.
injured, yeah.
He'd be
That's
in a heartbeat, and Darcy
Gardner.
wouldn't be playing.
Nah.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
The way he said it's like, oh, geez, he's had a good. He's played 3 games for the year, mate.
But the bloke presented last night and this morning to all the Collingwood players, he was their host. He was Collingwood's host. Should he have not commentated that game?
Totally.
Being the Collingwood.
I thought Brayshaw did a good job.
Brayshaw was subdued by Taylor, I reckon.
Yeah.
Through the whole course
Yeah, a little
of
bit.
the broadcast. Brian Taylor, when Brisbane were, at one stage, I think Charlie Cameron got one fat side and he was like, danger, danger, danger. That's a Collingwood supporter talking like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Commentate
True,
the
true.
game.
Yeah, what's the danger? It's
Yeah,
a goal.
it's a
gonna be
danger.
goal.
It's
You
a
can see-
Collingwood.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh,
Yeah.
no doubt. He's
He wants to
biased.
make it all about him, and it's got to be about the game, mate. You commentate the game.
Okay, so well,
Definitely biased, in my opinion.
I agree. All right, you want to talk about the footy?
I'd like to.
Let's get
be-
on
it'd
to
be
it.
nice.
So Collingwood, you said first 2 goals of the game at the time. I reckon I thought, gee,
You're in a bit of trouble, Brisbane, aren't
that's
they?
yeah.
I
what do
did
you
say,
think?
I did. I said to him, go, they're up in a batty at Collingwood. And, you guys, everyone says, grand final day shouldn't matter. It's on the G. I know they only won by a kick in the end, but I'm saying the G's the G and
Mate,
Collingwood are
mate,
comfortable there.
Made no difference.
I don't
With
know.
1 minute to go, they had a chance to win the game. So that's
that's true.
That Brisbane playing at the G.
The start
is gone.
got them.
Yeah.
And then I agree, the start
But the-
MCG,
But the start
That's
got them
what I
at-
mean.
The start got them at
Maybe-
the Gabba the week before. They got 5 goals.
they did.
So
Maybe.
that doesn't fly. Sorry, shoot you down.
Anything
Oh,
else to add
maybe.
to that first quarter?
Look, the first quarter. No, but Brisbane settled pretty quickly. That's a fair
Well,
point.
Bailey's 2 goals were tremendous.
Oh,
Tremendous.
ridiculous.
One of them was goal of the year.
Yeah, they said that, and Evans said that today.
And they should make
Yeah, the
goal
one
of
on
the
the
year.
boundary. Yeah.
Why they changed that? Didn't
Yeah.
it? Was
Yeah,
once
let it go
upon
to the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you kick goal of the in the grand final, even more you deserve it.
that's right.
I agree.
That's right.
I agree.
Mind
We got
blowing.
back in the game.
That was an incredible. The second one.
Both were incredible.
Yeah, I
Weren't
agree.
they?
The first one, I said, how did he held that? He's running,
Yeah.
but the second one when he's run around, broken the tackle,
And
but
then
then
he
he's
snapped
it.
it over his
On it, was it? That was
Kick
ridiculous.
over his left shoulder.
So, what are your thoughts on like the umpires throwing away the whistle in finals?
No,
I hate
Do
it.
you think they threw it away?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So in that first quarter, Brisbane kicked out in the full, and Danaher clearly punched it into the crowd. Which
Yeah,
is a
I remember that.
50,
100%.
Yeah, left the screen.
And
Yep, yep,
you know what they
yep.
do? This is just the mentality of the umpires.
Because they don't want to take responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no,
is,
no,
mate.
it's all right. You didn't mean it.
Oh, they're
It's-
petrified, and we'll talk about that.
What's it to be petrified?
Later
a
on in
free
the
kick's
game.
A free kick is a free kick is a free
I
kick.
agree. Mason
Every
Cox
day
at
of the
one
week.
point took a mark, went back, went to have a kick, didn't play on.
Yep.
And it was a Berry coming off
Yeah,
the side and
right
I
off.
was like,
When he
what's
kicked
going
that goal.
on here?
Yeah.
It's 50.
That's 50.
Yeah, it's 50 every day. But they
But,
just
but
panic.
Collingwood had opportunities like Cox, Crisp, and McCreary missed goals after they got
And
the
I said,
start.
if that puts them to bed, mate. I'll
It
tell you
did,
now.
and they missed those crucial goals.
Bobby Hill
But
missed a couple.
Bobby
but
Hill,
that was
but
later
the
on.
biggest moment of the first quarter was Rayner bringing it out of defence and that horrible kick.
Which ended into Goey.
Yeah, end up to go kicking after quarter time.
Now, here's my bugbear with that. With a minute to go, it was two and a half minutes to go. Why do teams go into shutdown mode? They copped 2 goals in that last minute and a half.
they
did.
I'm sick of it. How about you try and
They
score?
go in safe mode, don't
Yeah,
they? Or
why?
defensive mode.
And they copped 2
Defensive
goals.
mode.
It happened
Yeah.
twice in the game. They copped 2 in the first quarter.
true.
And I think 1 or 2 in the second quarter. And I'm like, what are you doing?
They coughed
Brisbane.
up goals in bad
Yeah,
moments.
But so what happens there though? Because they go defensive, right? So panic sets in because
Correct.
it's defensive. Shit, I've got to hit a target
That's
here
right.
or whatever it is.
And
Or
that's
I've
how
got to
they-
get, I've
that's
got to
right.
get the ball to where I've got to get
And
it
that's
to.
how that kick happens.
Yeah.
They
Right.
panic. There's no one ahead of the ball because they're all
Yep.
back.
And you watched Footy Show this morning.
Yeah.
Collingwood don't do it differently. They get the instructions from the bench with
right.
signs.
Notice-
Go, yeah.
It's attacking mode, it's slow mode, and Pendlebury runs it. Like, that was fascinating when they were talking about
I know.
it.
Did you say?
Not
But,
that we sort of knew that's
Yeah,
what
but
goes
but
on.
do you see the way when they do hold it up, but they're just calculated.
They don't want to score, but they just restrict the opposition to score.
And the other side, and usually the opposition doesn't score. Doesn't get the
score.
football. They don't get the football.
You look back in that qualifying final, Melbourne couldn't score because
Yeah.
it was Collingwood's defensive.
That's right.
But
mechanisms.
even in the prelim, there was no score in the
Yeah,
last 10 minutes
GWS
against GWS.
Well, hey,
That's massive, you know.
We're getting to the last quarter soon, but the first 20 minutes, no one scored.
No one scored, yeah.
That's right.
That was all on Collingwood's terms.
And it was still thrilling, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it was. So the second quarter was huge.
massive.
That was
11 goals.
that's probably the best
That's
second
great.
quarter in a grand final. Best quarter in a
great.
grand final I've seen.
Yeah, I think
as
you're
an
right.
as an individual
I think
quarter.
you're right. There was 11 goals kicked. Cameron kicked 2 vital goals.
Yep.
Bobby Hill, obviously, that was his quarter,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
That
Kicked
mark
3.
was that the mark he took in the second quarter? Was that in the second quarter? Beautiful.
It might have been the second
Yeah,
quarter.
Come
that
over
was
the top
right,
stars.
right at the end. And there was a moment there late in that second quarter, I think, looking back in hindsight, not at the time.
Yeah.
Brisbane were 13 points up. Lincoln McCarthy kicked that goal
Correct.
in front of the MCC
Yep, correct,
members.
yep.
And that moment, Brisbane went into their own defensive mode.
He said to
didn't
me,
they?
he said to me, "Are they in trouble?" Collingwood said, "No, they're not." No, they're
Yeah.
not.
But see, that's the thing.
But what-
They should be in trouble because they kick another goal. You start going, geez, we need
Oh,
to
yeah,
get...
if they kick
Do you know what I
another
mean?
one.
So
Yeah, I know,
instead of
but-
going defensive and absorbing, I'm sick of that absorbing.
So that's right. And it was funny because you saw it again on the Footy Show.
Oh yeah, I did watch it.
Jeez, Footy
Chris
Show's getting around.
and Berry on the wing, 13 points down. McCarthy kicks that goal. Berry's got his eyes on as the 5th mid going in. Chris just runs stage left,
The other way.
gets himself into a position, kicks a goal, turns the game. De Goey kicks one. It was a huge last 10
Mate,
minutes.
was that in the second quarter? Dacos' handball to De Goey.
No, it was the last
Yeah,
quarter.
that was
Sorry,
the
that was the last
yeah,
quarter.
yeah.
What
We'll
was
get- we'll get to
Jared
that.
Berry doing yesterday?
Jared Berry was
What,
the
like-
villain
like-
yesterday.
He was very ordinary.
He was very ordinary.
Why give away two obvious,
know.
not like contentious, obvious free? What's he doing?
Bad.
250s, they cost 2
Yeah,
goals.
yeah, it
Like,
was
I don't
bad.
understand what he's... Oh, mate, that's almost delisting for me. I can't cop
Jeez.
that. Oh, because he's not a great player, but
Nah,
what are you
he's-
doing? You
It
cost...
really hurt them.
Well, the sideline on the last quarter, like,
You-
that was... They put
Yeah.
him out.
But does that
was
side
the end of the
bottom?
game.
Was that side bottom 50 metres or was it 100
It was
metres?
the best 65-metre, 50
Yeah, it
metre
was a
penalty
fair-
I've ever seen.
But even still, but it happened, right? Like,
He shouldn't have given
You
it
don't-
away in the first
Shouldn't have
place.
given it
you
away.
don't knock
No,
him
it was
over.
ridiculous.
It's absolutely
Why would
ridiculous.
you
It was
do
ridiculous. But going back to that second quarter, you were talking about Dacos' kick. Hoskin Elliott's kick to De Goey.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
the one, yeah.
Just decided to go fat side, squared it, latch. Oh, he
That's the
latched
thing I was saying.
It's
Okay,
huge.
Collingwood will continue. They could be 2 goals down, 2 goals up, 4
Yep.
goals. They'll continue to play their same style
Yeah.
and take risks.
Yeah.
De Goey,
And they did.
De
They
Goey
take
was
risks.
quiet, but geez, he had some moments.
It's all about moments.
It's all
It
about
is,
moments,
mate.
mate.
The
doesn't
bloke
matter.
had moments in 218 in that
Yeah,
grand final.
Yeah, he kicked one
Yeah.
out of the
And
centre.
two
Yeah, I remember.
massive
that.
moments. So we roll into the third quarter. Collingwood kicked 1-6. Brisbane kicked 2-2. What can you talk about that?
Now-
that was
Brisbane kicked the first 2 goals of the quarter.
Yeah.
And it was on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just reckon they both were just scared not to cough up too
Yeah.
many goals.
You reckon that's
Because
what
a
it
high
was?
scoring.
Because
yeah.
they're worried about the last quarter and to make sure that
Yeah.
one or the other's not too far
Do
away.
you think both sides were thinking at half time, we can't have a shootout here. We've got to.
Oh, I think Brisbane were happy to.
We've got to.
I think he's right. I think Brisbane a bit more happy to go toe for toe, goal for goal because they've probably got
That's how they
more
play.
options up
Yeah,
there. But
and that's what I was saying to you during the game. I said Brisbane they looked more dangerous. Apart from Bobby Hill, Brisbane looked more dangerous going forward.
going forward.
They had Hipwood who did nothing. But
Hipwood,
it was
yeah,
still a
horrendous.
threat. Dano, I thought, played well.
Yeah, he was good.
Dano
Rayner,
was their second
they're still
best.
looking for Rayner, I think.
he had a poor one, didn't he?
We picked him for the non-Smith.
He had a poor one.
yeah, he was terrible. He was
I thought Collingwood played slightly different all day.
in what way? In what
Well,
way?
at the stoppages, they were smashing the ball forward. They were gaining momentum
Yeah,
with
yeah, true.
like force footy, surge footy.
Who does that remind you of? I'll tell you who.
You tell me.
Richmond. Yeah, Richmond.
They scored more freely
They
yesterday.
did. They
And
did,
it was
which
like,
is interesting,
This
yeah.
is slightly different.
And hence where does
to
Craig McRae come
Collingwood,
from?
Yeah,
Brisbane.
true.
Yeah.
No,
Richmond.
Richmond as in
He's
coaching,
Richmond coach. Yeah,
coaching
exactly.
stocks.
Exactly.
But the thing is that Brisbane allow you to score. Like they're not.
They do, but
Because they backed themselves that they're going to
Yeah.
be able to
But I thought
outscore you.
Collingwood had to manufacture them themselves, and they did.
Well, we did say they had to
manufactured their
kick
own
15 goals, like 80, 90
Yeah.
to 100,
Well,
and they did.
They
right?
had 30 shots.
Yeah.
So they probably should
Yeah,
have
so
kicked
they
16
tried.
or 17.
But let's be honest here, like, in hindsight, and I know it doesn't work like that, but in hindsight, let's be honest, some of those guys Collingwood missed, they could have put that game to bed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
True.
They didn't. They
Yeah, I
didn't.
agree.
Yeah,
They
it's all
didn't.
part of
I
it.
agree.
It's all part
I
of
agree.
it.
It all adds up. I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm just making a point here. I thought they were up to 3/4 time. I know in the last quarter things got a bit heated on both ends, but up to then I thought Collingwood were the better, clearly better.
Well, but Brisbane still at the front looked like Archie.
Yeah.
Callum Archie. He was. No, what are you going to say about him?
Oh, it's just I can't believe
Yeah.
he gets a game every week.
Okay.
Oh,
What are your thoughts?
I struggle.
Average.
Talk about moments. He had two big ones.
Okay.
Like, he kicked that ball
Was
to the goal square with Robinson.
yeah.
Oh, that was
Mark.
a beautiful kick to
And
us.
don't
great
forget,
kick.
the second quarter, he was in the right spot, front and square, got it to McCluggage, left foot goal. So he had two really good moments.
Yeah, that's fair.
He had 3 moments when he got subbed.
And he got subbed. That
Because
was
he had
his-
4
That
touches.
was his third moment.
But yeah, you're right.
And then obviously Pendlebury's goal to break the deadlock.
Which was at the time, we're like, Jesus, perfect for Bobby Hill to
Yeah.
kick around the corner, and we're like, why are you passing it
Yeah.
off? Like you're putting him under more pressure. 'Cause
Yeah.
For Bobby Hill, because he's a class act, right? That's an easy kick for him.
Yeah, it
He would
is.
have kicked that.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It just shows Pendlebury, right? He's still just calm. Did you see him yesterday? There was one part on the left of screen, I think it was, near the boundary line. There was players around him. He was looking around. He's
Composed.
He's faked once way,
Yep.
when the other.
He was composed.
Faked again, and then he hit someone on the 45, 50. I can't remember who he hit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you're a superstar. You don't do that in
Well,
normal
yeah, but-
games. Win the grand final to do it.
He had 11 last quarter possessions.
Yeah,
he was
86%.
He was probably the one. He was probably the one in the
Yeah,
last
in the
quarter.
last
He was
quarter,
the one.
he had the level head and just calmed him down a bit.
Oh, I think he was the one.
Yeah, I
In the end.
agree.
Oh, I reckon Dacos had some pivotal
Oh,
moments in the last-
Dacos.
Yeah,
Nick, Nick, by the way.
Let's get to that
not
last
Josh.
quarter. Where do we start with the
Well,
last
I'm
quarter?
going to start with this. I can't remember. I'm not saying it's in order, but that handball that Nick Dacos gave to Goey,
To Goey.
no one else can do it,
Great.
mate. Because I tell you right now, he was about to get caught and gone, I've got to do this in one motion. He's done that in one motion, and De Goey didn't have to change stride. And when De Goey's got a 45 running in, mate, that's a goal.
He set up beautifully off that stoppage, didn't he?
Oh, he's a star, mate. He's
but
a
to go, he had to
special-
nail it. And it was
Oh,
an
no,
unbelievable.
It was a great hit.
You give players like the Goey a sniff, they're
But
going to kick it every
let's
time.
fast forward that 20 minutes was an arm wrestle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a lot happened, and it was all about moments. Because I just think yesterday's winner, I still think was the best team won yesterday.
No, I agree with that.
In
and
the
I,
end,
and
yes.
I think it was like 11 big moments to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why.
And that's a good way to look at it.
And that showed the scoreboard. But it was just who had the bigger moments.
Yeah.
But you just spoke of 3. But let's go 20 minutes of arm wrestle, and then we get to the 5, with 5 minutes to go. The first goal was Cameron's that put him in front.
Yeah.
Great goal.
Great goal.
Great.
That's the one. That's the one where he's fought off. Who
Yeah.
did he fight? McQuarrie
McCreary off the back.
and someone else.
And
or someone
Quainer
else.
was run.
Quainer's right
That was
there.
a great goal.
And
Like,
Quainer.
Yeah, that was
pressure.
because he's off balance too,
Yeah, he
and
could
he's
have
kicked
fallen
it.
over. He could have. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that
yeah,
was a good
yeah.
goal.
Brilliant goal.
We'll get to this bit because it's towards the end, but I don't want to bring it up. But
Yeah.
Well,
jeez.
is it in order?
No, we don't have to.
When Brisbane hit the front, that was the Cameron goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember thinking, because it wasn't texting you guys, but I was thinking, Brisbane just need a minute in front here.
Yeah.
Because there was like 4 minutes left.
Mate.
They needed a minute or 90 seconds or
Yeah.
a couple of stoppages just to start. But Collingwood's gone bang.
Quick answer.
That was
7
that was the
seconds.
Dacos one.
The Dacos handball to De Goey.
See, Dacos got it. See where he was in the middle when that ball was bounced.
Yep.
He was in that bit
It's
of
like
play.
he preordained it, knew what was
Yeah,
going
and
to
he's
happen.
walk, if you just watch it back, he's just faded himself away from the contest and just read it.
Yeah.
It's like he read it.
Yeah.
And then the handball was just fucking exquisite.
And then again, we've been talking about moments all episode.
Moments.
But
Let's
the
talk about-
Jared Berry, 50 metres that gave
was definitely
still
there.
sideline a
It
goal.
was definitely there.
No, I was there. But what are you thinking?
Yeah.
In a tight game.
It was a bad thing.
It was
a bad
just
decision to
It was
make.
mindless. It was stupid.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was dumb.
Yeah.
Like as a senior player, he's
Dumb.
been there long enough.
Fair to
Like,
say,
I
just
can't
dumb. Yep.
understand why you'd even think about trying to do that.
Totally agree.
He took the mark
Because
and
it's
you've
not as if
tackled him.
Sidebottom was trying to.
No.
Sidebottom's
He's not going anywhere.
thought process was, I'll see the line here, hopefully get a
Yes.
stoppage.
Exactly.
McCreary was coming. He saw. I think it was McCreary was like,
Yep.
"Come to the rescue, help me out
Yep.
here." That didn't
He's not
happen.
going anywhere,
All of a
yeah.
sudden, bang,
No.
Barry does what he
Yeah.
does. It's like
I couldn't believe that's
and he
just a
gets
brain fade,
65
isn't it?
metre
Really?
penalty.
So that's one moment. Go
It was
on.
a beautiful hit. It was his 8th. He's kicked
good kick,
190
yeah.
goals in
When you
his
say,
career.
that was a great goal, but when you say brain fade, mate, it was like you had, when you have those frozen things too cold straight to you.
It's-
His brain fade, mate.
Yeah,
Slurpees.
ice cream.
Yeah, whatever they slurpees.
So-
Do you know what I'm getting at?
Exactly.
What are you
That's
doing?
a brain freeze.
You know what I'm getting at, though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do. Yeah, I do. I do.
And then we had that great moment
Well,
with a
before
minute
you go
to go.
on, the
That's-
kick Sidebottom.
Yeah.
The mark was on. He was standing on the 50 metre
50.
line.
I know, it was a massive
And
kick.
he's kicked 189 goals in his career, and I checked it up, and this is
The only one out of the 50.
he's kicked 8 from 50.
Yes,
metres
I heard that
plus.
one.
Wow.
So that was his 8th career goal out of 190 from
50.
50
That's
plus.
incredible.
And
What
at
a
his
kick.
age, like
At his
legs,
age, he's
like-
now
And at that time-
sealed
yeah, but at that time-
essentially,
At that time of the game,
Yeah.
it's
fatigue, heat,
Incredible.
exhaustion.
it essentially sealed it, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
incredible.
So-
it did.
Yeah.
But-
Yep. So then we get to the
Unfortunately-
McCluggage ball where he squared it. Danaher marks, puts him within a goal.
Notice how he panicked. He didn't want to go back and set shot.
Bang,
Danaher.
straight away.
But there was no time.
There was 90 seconds
Oh,
left.
Maybe there was no time, but I think at the same time he didn't want to have a set
Yeah,
shot.
well-
I don't.
No,
Excuse me.
I
I don't think he
agree.
likes set shots.
Yeah, maybe.
He kicked one in the before half time.
Yeah, it was a nice goal, yeah. But he
Yeah.
missed it.
From,
He missed
which
it,
was the
so-
wrong side for a left
Yeah,
footer. as you
Correct.
know.
And he
Kick one.
swung it back.
Beautiful hit.
So then after that goal, the worst thing that...
Can we talk about McCluggage's kick though?
Yeah, great.
How good was it?
Yeah,
Incredible.
brilliant. No, the kid's got some. He's got some class. He's got
Who's
some
their
nous.
best player? I thought.
No, I didn't.
No,
I thought
he was.
Coleman.
I
was
thought
fantastic.
Coleman was.
Coleman stats
Coleman stats.
Jeez, he had close to 30,
I'll tell you what he had, mate.
because he had 2 in the second half.
26 touches,
2 in the second
Yeah.
half. Yeah, I was going to say, it dried up in the second half.
26 touches, 8 marks. He was good, mate. He was clean with most of those. He did make some errors, but let's be honest, anything over 20, 25 touches, you're going to make some sort of error.
Yeah.
No matter who you are.
But the fact that he was left
kept him
alone,
in it early.
Yeah, he was left alone a lot of the game. Like I was,
He would have been an
shocked.
Norm Smith medalist if Brisbane had gone
they
on and
win,
won
yeah,
that.
probably,
I know
yeah, more than
McCluggage
likely.
would have had a bit
Mate,
to say about that.
Bob-
But it's funny how you guys saw it in a different way that I did.
Yeah.
And that's funny how you
Well-
talk to a lot of people and
Yeah,
McCluggage had, he kicked 2 goals. You're right, and he had
Yeah.
21 touches. He was influential when you think
the,
about it.
one
And
of the
set up
goals
the
he
Danaher
kicked was
one.
a 50-metre penalty that
Yeah,
Markov,
true.
which again was another dubious 50. I wasn't sure. The free was there,
yeah, it was dubious. Yeah, it was. But
and he struggled with set shots. So
Yeah,
to
he has,
see him,
yeah, it was
like,
good.
nail
Well,
that,
you just brought up a player there. I was just getting off. Markov, mate, he had a lot of run. I love him.
the strong man from the circus.
Yeah, he
looks
should be on a
like Johnny-
tricycle.
He looks like Johnny Ringo on Tombstone.
He should be on. He should be. No, he should be with. He should be on a tricycle riding to the
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
Tricycle.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, can I bring up this point?
Let's do it. Let's talk.
How do you pay advantage
That's
when you're being
poor.
tackled?
That's poor.
With 1 minute to go in the grand
that's
final.
poor.
What
Yeah.
the hell are you doing?
That's poor.
How? Explain it to me, boys. I know nothing about football. How do you pay advantage?
What did you think of it?
When there's no advantage
All
and
right.
the person kicking the ball?
Forget the result, because people are saying, "Oh, Brisbane could have kicked a goal."
Yeah, they
Forget
could
that.
have.
Forget that. Let's
But they
talk
could have.
about
That's
the
the whole
actual
point.
decision.
Yeah, that's right.
No worries.
It should have been brought back. He should have double whistled. And
course.
said, bip, bip, bring it
No
back.
advantage.
Sorry, no advantage. And Lockie Neal has the 40, 70 metres out. Now, what happens after?
Yeah, who
Yeah,
knows?
no.
We
Who
don't know.
knows,
But
right?
you've got to give him an
But
opportunity.
It should have been
It's
an
fair.
opportunity. Having said that, maybe the umpire was thinking, and I'm thinking forward as an umpire, it was high, it was more than 15 metres. Nah, I'm just saying what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
umpires possibly thought. It's gone forward.
And then what happened to one of them Brisbane
It went
market?
sideways.
Anyone out there, you two as well, watch the replay of that high ball. Cam Rayner coming in off the side would have been a Leo Barry moment. You ever look at him? I've watched it 3 times.
What did he do?
He had a fingernail to it. He could have, okay, he didn't take the mark. Had he taken the mark, would have been a kick after the siren.
Wow.
Have a look at that vision and you watch Cam Rayner
So
go
you-
hard in off the side.
He's coming hard. So you reckon he's just mistimed or he just couldn't get to
Mistimed
it?
it. Wasn't quite
There.
there. You know, there was a lot of numbers on that pack.
Yeah.
Having said that.
Okay.
But you're right.
So
You're right.
So my gripe is, so when someone takes a mark on the wing, that means nothing, whatever. They'll blow the whistle 600 times to
I
get
know.
him to move 1 inch.
He's right.
Agree.
Yet in a
Agree.
pivotal moment, in a grand final,
Pivotal.
we're trying to get this out of our game. Again, Ray Chamberlain, I'm not saying he's the best umpire, but did not umpire. He could well be the best decision maker, but because he couldn't bounce, we get results.
That's
like
incredible.
The
that.
umpire wasn't brave enough.
Who was it? Do you know the umpire that
But he
was there?
wasn't.
Do you
But
know
that's not good enough, is
Oh,
it?
I don't.
Was
yeah.
it Matt Stevic or the other one?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who
But
made that.
either
call.
it was
That
the wrong
does-
decision and could have cost Brisbane a
It could
premiership.
have. It could. But you said it could have. It
could have.
We don't know, but
the decision should have been
it should have been there. They should have had an opportunity to win the game. What happens? Who knows?
Yeah, well, you don't know. Neil goes back
problem.
and it comes off hands.
He's not gonna kick
or
70
Collingwood
metres.
clear it or it goes
Yeah,
out
we
of
don't
bounds.
know.
So the result, it's not about the
No, it's
result
not
of this
about the result,
discussion.
but
the discussion's about the
They didn't have an
Why did they not
opportunity.
make that call?
They had no opportunity to win that game.
Because I'm like I said before, it went 15 metres, it went forward. That's what I'm thinking the umpire
Yeah.
may have thought.
Yeah.
The AFL have come out and said Brisbane they've come out this morning and said, there was advantage in that.
Well, what was
You're wrong, AFL. You're a
Oh, no,
pack
they
of
did-
muppets. Seriously.
Well,
If you think that's
how
right,
did the coach?
You're kidding
Did
yourself.
he say anything about that?
I haven't heard
He
anything
wouldn't. He wouldn't.
about
I
that.
don't think he.
Oh,
If it was a wrong decision touched on the line or something, I think he might have said something. But that was like,
Yeah, because yeah.
Let's talk about what happened when the ball hit the ground. Dacos's kick. The ball hit the ground, picked
fresh
the
in
footy
my
up.
memory. I can't remember. I was in a bit of a blur at that
Ball's
time.
in the air, goes to a contest, ball hits the ground, it falls forward, Dacos gets
Oh
it,
yes.
bang.
Hits the target.
Was it McCreary he hit?
I can't remember who he hit, but I know
And that was it. Like,
Game over.
Yeah, it might have been McQuarrie.
whoever it was Dacos that
Or was it Hoskin? Oh, I can't remember.
just picked that footy up off the pack and just
Again,
small little
a
20
19 or 20-year-old kid, he's just composed. He's the best player in the AFL.
Nah, take that out of it. I don't care about age. When you're in the AFL, you're professional, mate. There's no excuse. If you're that good, you're that good.
Yeah.
If you're 18 or 40,
yeah, no,
it doesn't
but I'm just
matter.
saying, for a young kid, he's
Yeah, I
got,
know,
he's
but
got a good
he's-
head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
He's just that. Yeah, he's the best player in the AFL. But anyway,
Andrews, let's talk about some matchups. I thought Andrews got better as the game went on. He beat Frampton, but
what do you think of Billy Frampton's
oh,
game?
he got one. He got a medal for every kick. He got one medal, one
Yeah,
kick, one medal.
kick, yeah. But he did his job to a
yeah,
point.
Look,
To a point.
Well, Andrews in the first half had no say in the game.
No,
and they kicked
but
9 goals.
Frampton
So
didn't do anything to.
So what happens if Brisbane win the game, you turn around and go, oh, they played with one less, Frampton.
exactly, but they
Well,
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. I
I know.
agree. But like it worked, I guess.
Yeah, it
in
worked.
the end,
Okay, in the end.
even though he was good in the second half, Harris Andrews. But
He had good moments towards the end. I thought, my thoughts, and then I'm going to bring it up to you, what your thoughts were. Starcevic, all day I kept thinking, you've got to take Starcevic off Hill, but I didn't know what the best option
yeah,
was.
what was the alternative?
That
to
wasn't
take
the
him
option.
off?
That was a
And
bad.
So
bad
what do you
matchup.
do? Who plays on him?
Look, they trusted Starcevic. Clearly, internally, he's got, ability and skill set to take that role.
I know this is crazy. But can you take Charlie Cameron out of the forward line?
No. But you could have pushed Coleman back onto Hill.
No,
Too slow.
Too slow, you reckon?
not even that. He would have been chasing the ball.
Or is it irony? I don't know.
But I'm
if
just
that's
saying,
the
just
word.
thinking right outside the box there.
Yeah, I know. He took that mark at the end, and I thought, how about this?
Could match saving mark
I
if
thought,
they win.
He's going to
Brisbane,
take the match-saving mark after a horror day.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
in the end, obviously, it didn't happen. But the Lions system was good overall. Their system.
No,
the way they played.
I thought they were.
The system was good because they didn't have any great players
Yeah,
on the day.
and the mids
They
went
didn't
okay.
have one great player apart from Coleman.
You've just triggered my memory, and I said this to him before the game because he's going, I reckon Brisbane. But fair enough. I said to him, go to the lower end of the spectrum. Who's got more players? And I think I told you.
Yeah,
told
on the phone call last night. Yeah.
Fair to say, Collingwood for me deeper than Brisbane, and
But I don't think that. I think what won Collingwood grand final was their top end players. I don't
Probably.
think the bottom end players on both.
Yeah.
Like I saw nothing
He's
from.
right. He's got a point.
No, I agree. No. In theory, yes, I agree 100%. But I just reckon like Hipwood and these guys, Lockie Neal,
horrendous.
unsighted. Like,
but I've
hopeless.
said about
Lockie
Hipwood. Hipwood just
Okay.
second half did better, but geez, he went missing.
Well, we talked about Collingwood's top end winning it. There was 4 blokes that it was Pendlebury, it was Mitchell, it was.
Yep.
I thought Dacos and Crisp.
Oh no, I'm talking about like the 4 outers, Sidebottom and Howe.
Yep.
And last year's Long had 4 outer statesmen, good people,
Yeah.
and they've got these. I mean, Howe after Murphy went down, reshuffled with Quainer and Markov, and they got that defensive aspect right again pretty quickly because they lost Murphy early.
Yep.
I thought Sidebottom was good all day.
He was, mate.
I thought the Murphy sub helped.
It helped.
because Lipinski came on
Lipinski
and,
came on
and
got-
did some good
For a
things.
bloke that
I reckon Lipinski got high teens.
Yeah, I reckon he got a dozen at least.
Yeah,
16.
16.
in-
took 5 marks as well.
I thought he was good.
I'm going to mention another bloke once we get off him.
Before I go, Pendlebury we spoke about, and then Tom Mitchell. Collingwood
He
was
was
looking
very,
for a clearance
very
king
good,
in the
mate.
preseason.
Sensational.
Fantastic.
13 tackles. He took.
He was sensational.
He killed Neil.
Oh,
That was his job.
Yeah.
Neil got him the second time round,
I loved it.
but
I loved it.
Mitchell tore him to shreds.
early on, he was fantastic. He was one of the instigators early on.
There's your
with
big
clearances.
four.
Do you think he thought, I've won a Brownlow too, mate?
Oh,
Maybe.
probably.
Like, you've won 2 and I'll show you how good I am.
Do you think Tom Mitchell
Maybe.
doesn't get the praise? Not the praise, but
Ask
a lot of
this
people
fellow.
knock Tom Mitchell. I'm not going to say he's a superstar.
He's good at his job.
He's good at his job, at his disposal. I talk about he's good at his job, but his disposal is very ordinary a lot of
I
times.
don't think it
It
is.
is, but-
I just think he's in the clinches.
But he
like
had 13
he
tackles
needs
and shut out Neil.
Great like that.
Oh, he had a great game yesterday. He doesn't always have a great game.
No, but he had a role, and
I think he's-
obviously with Taylor Adams not
yeah.
playing,
he
like,
gets
he stood up.
He gets overshadowed by
Yeah.
Dacos and
Crisp.
Dowie, yeah.
yeah, crisp and...
So-
And there's
by
another
them
bloke
and
that kicked
Pendlebury.
2 clutch goals.
Sensational, wasn't
Well,
he?
I was going to talk about one bloke. What was Zorko doing yesterday? 17 touches,
Made
but
some
no influence.
errors.
No influence.
He
No
made
influence.
He kicked one on the full going forward in the third.
I just thought, what
He made a
he
couple of errors, didn't he?
he was nowhere to be seen.
Considering, was it you that said a couple of weeks ago Zorko is
The smartest player in the
Smartest
AFL.
player in
said
the
it.
comp?
He said it.
I still stand by. Well, second. I think Nick Dacos is the smartest player. Smartest attacking player because his attacking will
Yeah.
to attack is second to none.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. I love the way he plays football.
So overall, like Collingwood at the start of the year, what did they need to win a flag? Well, they went and got a good small forward.
They need Ian Hill.
Yeah, they got Ian Hill.
Ian
who
Hill.
is-
Ian
I'm
Hill,
that's his
thinking-
name.
I'm
Oh,
going.
Ian.
Yeah,
Ian.
I'm going back and I'll take a pun. He is the first Ian to win a Norm Smith medal. I'd say he would be, wouldn't he?
Ian Patton needed one. No, yeah.
But they went and got a small forward, and
And when he got a big forward who
they
was
went and
injured
got
McStay, but
McStay, okay, he didn't play, and then they went and got a clearance king. So they
They're
targeted
smart.
3.
and when they got Billy Frampton, who played
Well,
the
yeah,
ruck, play forward,
ultimately in
play
the
back,
end-
a good role player. You
Yeah,
know?
so all their
You're
four-
right. In the end, he played his role. You're
Played
right.
big role.
Absolutely sensational recruiting. They got rid of Grundy to get 4 in,
and
and they won a flag.
they've won a flag.
So, mind you, they lose a preliminary final by a point last year, and they go and change 4 pivotal positions. Like,
McRae and that whole coaching.
fantastic.
Yeah,
mate.
exactly. Let's talk about their close games. This year they had 6 games. They won 6 games by under 6 points, and they won 4 games by under 2 goals, and they only lost 1 game by less than a kick this year.
They did that remember last year?
Well, last year they won 7 games by under a
Yep,
kick.
I remember.
And they lost 2 games by under a kick. So in 2 seasons, their record for games under a kick is 16 games for 13 and 3.
It's unbelievable. I'm sorry.
Groundhog Day, as you kept saying. And we told you. You said,
I know,
I'm
you
sick
can't
of
keep
it.
doing it.
But they
But
can.
in the end,
They
And
did
they
it
won a
again.
flag.
Did
Yeah,
it
they
they won
again.
a flag ultimately.
So they won the first final by 6, preliminary by 1, and grand final by 4. That's 11 points in 3 games. That's
It's
astounding.
mad.
Astounding, isn't it?
That's astounding.
It's mad. So Bobby Hill, Norm Smith medal. Do you agree?
Oh, mate, I'm just looking.
I don't.
18 touches,
who?
18 touches, 8 marks, 4 goals, 2. I don't know what SF is doing. It's small forward in the
Didn't
grand
kick a goal in
final.
the second half though, V.
No,
Did that matter?
but did
you
he?
reckon?
But did he put him in that position early?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
But
You can't kick 7 or 8 in the grand final.
no, you
Small
can't.
bloke.
I
It's
thought
pretty
one
hard.
more would have. I would have.
Well, who should have won it then?
I thought Crisp, honestly. Like for a midfielder,
we haven't
that
even had this discussion.
No, I thought Crisp because a midfielder that kicked 2 goals and 2 pivotal goals at important stages.
Clutch goals.
And he was tough. He was.
He was great,
I'm not
Chris.
denying Hill.
Yeah.
Like I was
If Hill didn't
no.
win it, he should have won it for me, Dacos.
Yeah, I thought Dacos
30
was
touches.
huge.
or
29 or
something.
30 touches. And considering he
thought it was
started
huge,
pretty
Yeah.
slow, kicked the
Yeah.
first goal, I know, but
Is Dacos like a? Does he get marked harder now? Like
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Like Lockie Neal won the Brownlow with 3 votes, getting 30 possessions. Like,
Yeah, he
come
does.
on.
He does.
Dacos, what you expect him to get 38 to get a? You know.
Well, what did he need to get? Yeah. Because he
Well,
was
I just-
probably their best.
I thought he was
In the end,
involved.
he
Outside of Hill and Crisp.
yeah. Oh, no, I thought he was better than Chris.
Well, what was that? Bobby Hill was there 5 voters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got 3 by all 5 of them.
Yep.
And then Coleman got 2 2s and a 1. And Nick Dacos got 2 2s.
staggered
Finished
by that.
Tom Mitchell 2 and got a 2 and a 1 to finish with 3, and Jack Crisp got 2 1s.
Yeah, Jack
Pendlebury got a 1. One vote.
Jack Crisp
for
got nowhere
quarter.
near it.
For 1 quarter.
So Crisp got nowhere near it.
He did
No,
it,
he
but
didn't.
And neither did Dacos,
it's
really.
funny, like live. No, look, Dacos. Live, Crisp was good.
Yeah,
Live.
yeah. Well, yeah. Even on the TV, I think we were watching the same thing.
No, but live in the moment, you go, geez, he's going okay.
Yeah, you can see him run.
And
He's a
maybe
hard
if you
runner,
look back
isn't
and
he?
you go, oh, maybe he wasn't as
Oh,
good as...
yeah, we haven't spoken about Maynard. What do you think of his...
He was good.
He was-
wasn't great. He was good.
He was
Yeah.
okay.
Done his job. He was tough. He was hard.
So, yeah.
I thought he's normal.
Had a chance of a goal, hit the post.
Yeah.
Was that early?
That was a big kick. That was... Oh, Jesus.
Pop, yeah, it was.
He's a massive... He's a
He's
big
a
kick.
good kick.
Yeah.
But for me, I know we're not going backtracking, but Hipwoods of the world let
No,
Brisbane
absolutely
down.
talk about
Oh,
that.
there's a
Yeah.
handful for Brisbane that let them down.
Where were they?
Well,
Cam
Zorko.
Rayner,
Cam Rayner.
Zorko.
Jesus. I thought
tell
Lockie
you
Neal
who
was poor.
Yeah, he was in that category.
For a player of his stature, it was poor.
Yeah.
Berry.
Horrendous. McInerney, no
Oh,
influence.
terrible.
Cameron in the second half was good for
He got going. So when you break it down, it was Danaher and McCluggage and maybe Cameron.
maybe.
Yeah.
So really Collingwood. Really
yeah, better
dominated
overall.
What about this bloke?
overall.
Guy McKenna. He was Guy McKenna.
Conor McKenna.
Why do I do this?
Where was Conor McKenna?
Conor McKenna. Yeah,
Where was he?
Guy McKenna.
Conor McKenna. It's a beauty.
He didn't do any of his runs.
No,
did he?
like last week against
Chipping
Carlton.
in used to those side kicks,
Yeah.
open up the field for him.
Get the
But I reckon
1-2s.
Collingwood.
Yeah, you could
shut
see a
him out
couple of
beautifully.
times he kicked out of full back and he went for the 1-2 and Collingwood just
Kept him wide. Yeah.
they just
Collingwood
They had it
Collingwood
scouted.
did some homework on him because they know that he's like off that half back line, he's dangerous.
Yeah,
because he opens up the field for him, mate.
But he has not rebound. He has forward 50 entries.
I was just thinking of something like we're talking about Collingwood that they're coached so well, yet the coach of the year is Adam Kingsley. Makes brass of that.
Well, the
Yeah,
coach
I know.
of the year gets
Paul Moore
decided
did.
on that, and then the goal of the year should have been Zach
Exactly.
Bailey. Who won goal of the year? We don't know yet.
No, I
do
don't
we?
know.
Oh, it was what's his name? Will Ashcroft on grand final. Grand
don't even
final.
remember.
Brownlow night.
Yeah,
It was the
Yeah,
Jackie
see,
Chan
they
from
saved
the-
that award because it has to be on Brownlow night.
That's why they do it.
Why can't they have the Brownlow after the grand final?
That's not a bad
Monday
point.
night.
On
Who
the-
cares?
Why not?
Everyone's
Why
available.
not?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the Brownlow?
Appalling result.
Was that fun? There was so
yes.
much happened yesterday that
Yeah, it was an appalling result. Honestly,
you'll get your go.
Please.
hang on, but you're wrong because the
What's-
best
what-
five
what's going
players,
on?
apart from Lockie Neal, the rest were all up there. All the players, all the good players.
I'm not talking
Bontempelli,
about, I don't care who's
Petrarca.
up there isn't. They didn't win it.
Who do
No,
you
I
think
know.
should have won it?
Oh, you take
I
your
thought
pick.
Bontempelli.
Bonds,
So did
Petrarca.
I.
All right, Dacos missed those couple of games. He should have won it,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Bontempelli or Petrarca.
I thought but those two were probably the better players.
Yeah.
Where did Lockie Neal? I thought he wouldn't have been the top 5 or 6, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like-
he was
like-
going to be Brisbane's highest vote getter, but not.
That's fine.
Not to win
Yeah,
it.
that's it. But we said that. But like, for him to get 20 touches, 7 kicks, and get 3 votes, like again, it's Lockie Neal. Right?
Jason
So-
Horne-Francis got 16 votes.
yeah, they got it wrong, 100%.
What about Goulden when he got 40 odd touches? and
42,
got
yeah.
a vote.
Ah, well, Petrarca in the last round against Sydney,
Oh,
a tight game.
He killed. He was the match
30
winner.
possessions and kicked 4 goals, and Viney got the 3. I don't think he got
Did you
votes
see?
in that
Did you see
last.
Viney's reaction in that game? He's like,
Yeah. But there was a
the hell?
lot. Jeremy Cameron kicked 8 in 1 and got 2.
Got 2 votes, yeah. It's
"That's amazing."
in the game where Lockie Neal got 3 votes, I think Cameron kicked 7 and got 1
And
or 2
someone got
votes.
40 plus.
Yeah, it's staggering. Like they don't get
He,
the votes.
he had 7
they don't
clangers
get the
as well
stats.
that night,
Yeah.
Lockie Neal. Was it 7?
Oh,
or
you know
a
what it
handful
is?
of them.
What do you think about? Hey, play good. Give him the votes.
Look,
Probably.
they've spoken
They're lazy
about it all.
sometimes.
They've
Yeah.
spoken about it all week, and they don't get the privilege of the vote. They don't get the stats.
They need to.
So
Yeah,
they're
I agree.
blindfolded in a way is what they're saying all week.
But they need to, don't
They
they?
need to.
Maybe they should.
Give them the stats in the game. Say, what's your thoughts? And then after they had their thoughts or their opinions, have a look at the stats and go, yeah, well, that's justified.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
maybe not. Cameron's kicked 7. Without him, they probably don't win
Yeah,
that
yeah.
game.
That's right.
Like,
Jeremy Cameron kicks 8. You don't win if he doesn't play. He
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
kick 8.
It's not cheating in any. Well,
No,
not
it's
cheating.
not.
That's not the word. But you're right. If an umpire thinks, oh, I thought player X was good, but player Y, gee, he got 42. Yeah, think about it. He actually was okay. And there's the correct
yeah.
Decision.
decision
at the end
based
of
on research and based on
Totally
a
agree with you.
conversation.
At the end of the
Totally
day,
agree.
we've all done it, right? So, geez, he's been best on ground. Then you check the stats later, right? So have your discussion, say who your 3-2-1 is.
Yeah,
And,
and
then
then-
go, let's just check the stats. Did we get it wrong? you know, like Horn Francis, they said they might have got mixed up with
Oh no, what's
the other guy that looks like him.
Bergman.
Oh, are you
right?
kidding?
Oh no, there could have been like because
Oh,
they look very
totally.
alike, right? So
That's incredible.
check Horn Francis and go, geez, they only had 13 touches. You can't give him best on ground. And he had
Exactly.
7 clangers, right? It's
Exactly.
like,
So what happens?
Yeah.
The right result.
yeah, the
is
right result.
achieved.
Oh no, it was Bergman. No, whatever.
I agree.
The
Not
right.
that it had any influence on the Brownlow, but anyway.
I agree.
But then we
So-
wouldn't have this
No,
conversation, would we?
No.
That's
So-
But it's interesting. It's good that they get things wrong, AFL. The rest of it had nothing to talk about.
That's true.
Oh, well, that's right.
True.
But I thought they got the day right in the game and all that.
Didn't have much to do. Like, just trot the two teams.
Yeah.
Trot the two teams out.
Saturday night trots on Channel 7 at 9:30 with Penthouse Club with
At the same time, she was invited by Channel 7 to co-host their new Saturday night show.
Here's Mary Hardy with Shirley Clancy.
Channel 7 owned the rights to the harness racing, or the trots as it was called in those days, and it ran from, I think, about 8 to 8:30 for a couple of hours, and all it was, the Penthouse Club, was propping up the races.
Where
Mike
was that
Williamson,
at the
1970s,
showgrounds?
the 70s. The trots are out.
That's
Wow.
the showgrounds.
I'd love to see some vision of that.
There is. Go on
There
YouTube,
is,
mate.
there
Penthouse
is.
Club.
Yep.
They go
There's
to the
vision of
trots. They go to the trots.
Wow. Okay.
Bill Collins. It's sensational.
Fair enough.
And there you have it, our review of the 2023 Grand Final. Let us know in the comments how you spent Grand Final Day. And again, we can't thank you enough for your support throughout the year. And we'll see you in the next one.